Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Ahead, faith-based communities step up to help with the homeless crisis. And county libraries pull out the bandwidth to close the digital divide. But first, a brand new state-of-the-art ballot processing center run by the Registrar Recorder is fully operational and prepared for the 2024 election season. Here's more.
Well, we're unveiling our new ballot processing center for the Registrar Recorder's Office, and it's all centralized. So before, in the past, you would have different components to kind of access data points for where your ballots were, where they were collected, where they were verified. Now all of that has been centralized.
They first go through the signature verification. Then if the signature doesn't match, or if a ballot comes back that's unsigned, there's a whole process for that we reach out to the voter, give them a chance to correct that, to make sure their vote is counted. If it does match, then the ballots go to extraction, where they're removed from the envelopes, and that's important for a couple of reasons. One, it separates the ballot from the identity of the voter, so that gives you that secret ballot. But it also allows us to physically review the ballots to see, are they torn? Are there marks on it that would not be read by the tally scanner? And again, to ensure that the ballot is ready to go to the tally process. And then ultimately they go into the tally room, they're run through scanners, and then after the polls close on election night, we are able to run the program that actually looks at those ballot images and accumulates the vote totals.
We're excited about the opening of the center, partly because of our partnership with the county and the Registrar's Office. We know this is an ever-changing process, and especially in the last few years, there's been so many changes, which includes a lot of language translation. But with any change, there's always going to be things along the way that you want to address and fix, but I think for us, what we enjoy is the spirit of wanting to make sure that not only is it transparent and safe, but also that there is a drive towards equity and inclusion, as well as what it takes to get there.
I think for residents, it's easier to vote now, obviously. So you can vote by mail, drop off your ballot at one of the ballot boxes or a voting center. And a lot of it is electronic now, or you can get your ballot at home. Everyone has that choice. And I think those are the positive aspects that have occurred over the last couple of years to make it easier for people.
A coalition of faith-based leaders is helping in the push to bring those experiencing homelessness indoors and start over.
The Faith Collaborative to End Homelessness was brought together to help guide the county to do the work we do. And our goal today is to try and just educate faith partners, let them know of how to access the homeless services delivery system, and then ultimately, hopefully, work with them so that they feel comfortable entering partnerships with the county to help us serve the people experiencing homelessness that really need care.
We are hoping to present faith leaders with more ideas about how to do more of what they're already doing, rather than the individual congregations doing whatever they're doing, a food bank, clothing drive, maybe even allowing people to sleep in pews overnight, to give it a focus and a direction, and to be there to help the faith communities do more of what they're already doing.
My story is one of a lot of trauma that ultimately turned into soothing with substances. And I was homeless at that time. The faith groups know how to love. They know how to love people. That's where all of my healing came from. I was offered unconditional positive regard, nurture, love. That is transformative to the human condition. It's the thing that we all need in our lives to be okay.
We work with any type of people, nationality, race, religion, it doesn't matter. As long as we're trying to assist people through systemic change to improve their lives. Faith-based work basically is, we've got a purpose. We believe in people and we want to help people, and we're not in it for ourselves, we're in it for the other person.
Faith communities have always been, and often are, the only organizations that have been working to serve people who are unhoused in our communities for centuries. So by helping bring them along, informing them of best practices and building capacity, we hope that to build this this groundswell of support that's already been there, but just building the capacity for it.
It is that we are here, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, holding close all we hold dear. We are one big human family.
From laptops to hotspots, the LA County Library is working hard to end digital deserts and get underserved communities wired. Here's more.
Historically, public libraries have been at the center of bridging the digital divide, and essentially it started almost 30 years ago. And what we discovered is that so many people didn't have access to Wi-Fi or to computers, so they leveraged the public library.
There are over 300,000 households in Los Angeles County that don't have a home computer. So we, in the county, a couple of years ago, started Delete the Divide. And part of that is to assist people where they are in these communities, and it's primarily in communities that are underserved, where 20% or more of households in a census tract don't have home internet.
Some might think that, well, everybody knows all this information, but the fact is, not everybody does. And those building blocks are the way that you, first of all, spark interest in technology in general, but then also bridge or delete the divide.
You do need a library card to utilize the services, but you can either come into any of our 86 locations, or you can go online and register for an electronic library card. We've had over 1.4 million usages for our Wi-Fi. That includes in the building, out in the parking lot, and after hours. So that's an astronomical number, and it shows the impact and the need that's obvious that people really need a service like this. You can just go to our website and all of it is laid out there. So come in and take a look. It's more than just technology, and we're more than just books.
Thanks for joining us. We leave you now with scenes from the busy landing runway at Los Angeles International Airport. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.